This message is for Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. It looks like you're working on a theme around trust right now whenever you're seeing this message. This has been ongoing. I'm hearing an ongoing battle, so maybe for a long time, where you've been processing manipulation and deception, gaslighting, and everything that comes with negative or counterproductive secrecy, lies, deception, and so on. You've been processing all of that for a while in the way that you've experienced it outside of you, and also how that severed the trust with your own self, with your own body, and your own healing as well. And you have really been growing in this area, and whether you see it or not yet is to be determined. You may not see it to the extent that you've grown, but you have strongly. Beyond this process is a huge relief for you of having to always be on guard, to not trust yourself or others, to carry excess burden of mistrust, to have to always be in healing cycles that never seem to fully repair, to not believe in yourself or your body or your well-being to carry you forwards. We see a relief from all of that and more. Right now, things can feel like they're stopped or halted in motion or movement. Right now, you could feel like you are losing a battle, or like you're not winning, you're not being triumphant. Things can be halted and on pause, especially if you're seeing this during retrograde. But even without this can also pertain to something that is troubling with your car, but just take it where it resonates. And what we see is this lending way for a strong foundation repair. This could even signify an earth energy who is a protector, who is nurturing to you, who wants to come in and help. This could say that there are multiple energies trying to support physically, financially, through work. Or again, this can be you figuring out how to cultivate material security, how to take care of yourself and what is yours at a different level. And while you're feeling halted or being paused, you're being forced to find this security. And in finding this security, that moves you to the energy of healing the feeling of you can't trust yourself or anybody else. That moves you into healing this sensation of always having to be on guard or paranoid. 222 as a confirmation. What's important to you is changing. And sometimes, most times when we're surrounded and exposed to energy, especially consistently or quite often, we carry it in us, with us, and we can even become it in some ways. We express that energy, especially if it hasn't fully been released. So being around deceptive energies and manipulative energies, for example, even if you didn't act deceptive and manipulative outright, you could have carried that inside and harbored that and acted this way with yourself, or felt like trust was severed with yourself, been turned against yourself, or even inadvertently expressed that energy outward. And this process is like a regaining of yourself, a regaining of you. For some of you, you are feeling very wore down or very helpless, very raw, and you are being supported and carried in that. For others of you, it's more that you're having to embody that earthy energy. It feels like you're soon about to find another level of self-expression, another aspect of your being that you haven't yet embodied. This aspect could have felt hidden from you or kept away from you until this point, or until the point you're about to come into. 333. You're definitely moving into a big shift with your work or your money, your physical. This can even be the practice of consistency, taking more consistent actions in your life and learning how to build things in the physical world that are actually foundational and actually something you can hold on to, or even receiving that kind of foundation or receiving something that's being built. I'm hearing consistency. You are going to be learning consistency, or you are now. And I'm also hearing angelic consistency. It looks like you have strong cat protectors or guides. And the main indication of this earthy energy for you color-wise are these beautiful magenta, pink, fuchsia colors, even mixed with a little bit of violets and purples. This does look like a transmutation or an alchemy of pain into something loving or beautiful or bold and strong, artistic or expressive, even psychic. And again, this has been previously hidden from you, these solutions or understandings or physical capabilities. So being able to finally access them is going to be, and even to experience them is going to be a huge, empowering experience for you. So it'll be very empowering and a huge uplift, a huge upgrade. And it will feel natural and kind of obvious when you're in it, but it wasn't before. And you had to endure or go through a certain process to reach that. This is a more rooted feeling as well. And I do feel this involves self-healing. So whatever work or building or consistency, building up of that you stumble into, that you come across, even that you are inspired into, it will be supportive of, if not centered around, your self-healing and sensations of empowerment with that healing. And Aquarius energy by nature is connected to revealing and healing, bringing into the light the reveal to heal energy. So when aspects of you are brought into the light like this, for you to move forwards with and within, there is this inherent healing that is invested in that is linked with it, enmeshed with it, or even that this process is born from. And this is just one of many. As Bashar would say, when you learn to do more with less, it takes less to do more, or less to get more, something like this. 555. Now, Aquarius, I do feel like there is some heavy karma that you deal with sometimes, if not a lot of the time. And it looks like there's an upcoming opportunity where you are experiencing karma, especially connected to other lifetimes, all right? And the opportunity that is presented in this has to do with transmuting pain again, alchemizing pain again. So you might at first interpret something as another disappointment, a heartache, a heartbreak, okay? But actually, it is a liberation. Actually, it opens the way for many other possibilities to emerge. It opens up opportunities and doors and roads. It offers liberation. It offers potential, excitement, passion, freedom. It offers newness. And part of this foundational energy that you're tapping into and learning to master, that you're building, and I'm hearing also burning through, this is what's going to help you surrender to the open pathways instead of the interpretation that is stuck karmatically from other lifetimes and versions of you and even a person you're dealing with regularly that would keep you in this feeling of heartache, heartbreak. It can't be, it's disappointment, it's pain. This could even be a little bit of a power struggle, dynamic struggle, again, rooted in another lifetime or multiple other lifetimes, especially with another person. And especially where you are both very independent, you both have strong personalities, strong visions, and strong senses of I need to be free, I need to be independent, and so would they. This could also express aspects of your own self that feel they want to go in opposite directions and both feel very protective over their independence, and it's like self-created pain. But we see the shift of this energy moving from this flighty, independence, obsessed kind of vibe to a much more grounded energy. You move from the bird energy to the deer energy. Okay, even the stag or reindeer or a masculine male deer. This is very masculine because it's grounded, it's earth-based, it lets the earth be home, it lets nourishment occur. It also uses psychic energy, intuition, and it still has the capability of allowing a leader and meeting its own needs without the struggle. Often you could be making a lot of extra work for yourself by being very stubborn, stuck in your ways, and even karmatic energy, where you feel like there's only one right way or this is the only way that can work. And that's why the trust healing is so integral, because a lot of that comes from you not being able to trust yourself or anybody else in this world around you. So as you're healing trust, especially with self, you're healing your connection to the earth, your foundations, your roots, to the material, the physical, showing yourself that you can be consistent in building something, which is very empowering for you. As you're tuning into that, you're building trust, you're constructing true trust. You're tasting what it feels like to be able to let your breath out because you have some actual trust instead of constantly being in a high alert. And you're going to want to utilize that trust and that foundational energy you're building when and if this kind of karmatic energy comes up where you start to feel like all hell is breaking loose and it's a big heartbreak or pain. You're going to want to tune back into that grounded feeling, to the trust you've been building, and say, wait a minute, that's not the path I'm on. I'm not on a path of just more and more trauma. I'm on a path of opening up, of progressing. And progress does meet resistance. That's normal, that's natural. But I don't have to believe in the resistance. I don't have to give in to the resistance by choosing to struggle, suffer, and be in pain again. I'm actually going to sit through this resistance and trust the process, allow myself to be supported and carried, and allow the potentials, possibilities, and pathways ahead to open, because my life is ever expanding and ever opening. I'm here to experience more, and I know this. So Aquarius, on this journey forwards, you're definitely going to want to be tuning into the energy of expansion as your trust heals and as your foundations strengthen. Much love your way.